When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. Believe it or not, it's Monday. How is everybody? Lisa, hello. Hey, Las Vegas gal. Just a reminder, my ears are not like yours. It's the book for young kids. It's a very positive message. One of the things that you may want to do is consider giving this book for a birthday, or also for Valentine's Day that's coming up, for I don't know, niece, nephew, grandchildren, children, and then they're, whomever that that needs a positive message to get kids started on the right foot at a very, very young age and not waiting until later. So, available on Amazon.com. Good morning. Hey, Lori. Your book arrived today. Yay, Shannon. Great. Hey, Wayne. Let me know how you liked it, Shannon. Nikolai, good morning. Dawn, good morning, good morning. How is everybody? It's Monday. Good morning. All right, as you come in, hey Marlene, as you come in and invite people in, I'm going to read Psalm 47. Oh, clap your hands, all you peoples, shout to God with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is awesome. He's a great king over all the earth. He will subdue the peoples under us and the nations under our feet. He will choose our inheritance for us, the excellence of Jacob, whom he loves. God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises. Sing praises to our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing praises with understanding. God reigns over the nation. God sits on his holy throne. The princes of the people have gathered together. The people of the God of Abraham. For the shields of earth belong to God. He is greatly exalted. Amen. Good morning, Robin. How are you? So, did everybody have a great weekend? Did you do anything special for the weekend? Amen, Lisa. Amen. Anybody have any things come up this weekend? Any fun? Anybody with any fun? Hey, Rick. Good to see you. Bob, hello. How are you? How's the weather where you are? So, anybody on Periscope, it looks like it, oh, there we go. Looked like it had been frozen there for a second. Same old, same old. I know, Teresa. Sometimes the same old can be good with all what's been in the news lately. Might be a good thing, right? Worked on your mama's house. Rained all day yesterday. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's, the weather here is crazy. We have summer weather. It's in the 80s, going to be in the 80s, and winds are blowing, so that's not a good thing. Lots of laundry, yippee, Lisa said. Just spent time with my mom, enjoyed our quiet time together, no kids or husband. Wow, Robin, that's great. Hey, Rick. Rick came over to YouTube. It's more people over there on YouTube than Facebook Live. Facebook Live is kind of like, in 70s over the weekend, now 40s, Brandon said. Yeah, the weather is just insane. I mean, we're literally having summer in the winter. Can't explain it, but, it's here. It's just weather, All right, so let's look at some things that are going on. I don't know, did anybody watch the Grammys last night? Hey, Alan. It's hot where you are. Hot in Texas or Idaho or Iowa, or just kidding. Anybody watch the Grammys, or did you sit it out? What happened with Hannity? Hannity just got, who knows what happened exactly. He was taken off of Twitter for a little while. He's back. He came back up in a few hours afterwards. I don't know if Jack decided to take him down and brought him back. I have no idea. Hey, Jacqueline. Yeah, I didn't watch the Grammys. I can't remember the last time I actually saw the Grammys. Robin says no, never watch them. No, just the highlights on Facebook, Dawn said. Rick said he actually live blogged a pro wrestling event. Well, that was probably better time spent. You can't have a Me Too moment at the Grammys without calling out rap lyrics. Yeah. Well, apparently, Hillary Clinton had a little cameo, a pre-taped cameo, where she was reading Michael Wolff's book, and that was supposed to be, funny. Is there any good music on the Grammys anymore? I have no idea. I only watch country music awards. Artists are very grateful. I know, Marianne, me too. I guess also Joy Villa came out with another dress that was supposed to be a moment. I don't know if you heard about it. It was some people described it as a white wedding gown with a hand-painted picture of a baby on the dress. It's supposed to be symbolizing, I guess, something to do with abortion. And it had a baby surrounded by rainbows, and then she was wearing a crown. So she did get some attention on Fox, and I guess that was about it. But don't know what the purpose was other than attention-seeking moments. So, and it said, I guess her rainbow-paired fetus was paired with a purse that read "Choose Life." So, yeah, interesting look. I don't know. I think the MAGA dress was something that caught the attention. This one was kind of like, okay, so every time you come out somewhere at the Grammys, you're going to be wearing a new statement. I don't know. So, anyway, also the GOP is raising money for the midterm elections and trying not to lose. Will the State of the Union have more views than Grammys? I hope so, Brandon. Did not watch the Grammys, only saw highlights on News This AM. No use for their negative, mean spirit. Yeah, Quipper, quipping. I guess it was basically just one political statement after the other, but you kind of knew that was going to happen with the Grammys. That's kind of what they're about. Hey, Carmen. But again, I haven't watched the Grammys in so long. I don't even remember the last time I saw them and who was even on. Hey, Mark, good to see you. I'm, not sure why anybody watches it. Hey, Carmen, good morning. Everything on TV is slanted. Yeah, slanted to the left. Brandon, I don't think there's one conservative show on. Hey, Jonathan, good to see you. Hey, Hannah, I think that's why I watch a lot of like HGTV and stuff like that, because it's less politics, although there's some even in that, but it's less politics, I think. So, anyway, the GOP raised, this is the people that support Mitch McConnell, and they want to make sure that the Senate stays in the majority. $31.6 million, setting a record for midterm elections. Love flip shows. Yep, my wife and I love Hometown on HGTV, Brandon said. God is good, we win, Alexis said. Ugh, the Grammys were good till Corden brought politics and bashed Trump. Carmen said, I don't watch any TV, Molly said. Well, Molly, you're probably better off than the rest of us. Carmen said it wasn't funny. It never is. But they keep doing it. It's the same stuff over and over, with the liberals doing the same stuff. But so anyway, the groups and organizations associated with Mitch McConnell are receiving these donations. And again, the donations are to help us keep the majority. So in the Senate, Bloomberg came out this morning. Heard the state speech will be interrupted. How's that, Marianne? Did not watch that withhold or withdraws total support. Yeah, Chip and Joanna. This is their last year on Fixer Upper. James Corden and Stephen Colbert. Yeah. Pfft. So Bloomberg says that signs abound that the GOP may lose control of the House and thwart Trump's agenda. Democrats shouting out. Marianne said that's going to interrupt. Well, they can also be removed from chambers too. Joe Kennedy will give, yes, the Democrat rebuttal. That should be interesting. And then Maxine Waters is supposed to speak. So we need to make sure that we get out there and vote, encourage other people to vote so that we keep the House and the Senate. We don't want to have anything that will thwart Trump's agenda. Hope ICE will be there. Oh, Cully, wouldn't that be great? Gives a new meaning to, would you like some ice? Yeah, I hope so too. And I guess there's a big deal about Ginsburg not being there, but supposedly she's not coming because of Trump. She's not coming because she was invited something a long time ago. I'll pass on the rebuttal. Exactly, Robin. Exactly. So the Kennedys are trying to get back into power, right? You know, why not? Have all the rest of the Democrats coming in. We'll just have Joe Kennedy get out and up and speak. Why Joe Kennedy? You ever think about that? Why Joe Kennedy? Is he going to run for something? I don't know. Ruth can't stay awake, to be honest. Yeah, and apparently Ginsburg says she has no intentions of retiring. She's 84, and she's going to keep on going. So I don't understand these people. I'm not sure why they don't just retire and enjoy some part of their lives not working. Pray for Joe. Mind changed. Yeah, well, we can always hope, Alexis, but he is a Kennedy. Ruth is not well, Molly said. Nikolai, I think the GOP wants to lose because Trump is upsetting their scams, Nikolai said. Yeah. You know, it could be. You know, you wonder about that. We tend to forget, and we shouldn't forget, who the Republicans are that, truly are not on Trump's team. Joe may run in the future. I believe so, Brandon. Daniel's late, but he's here. Yay. We have to remember that Paul Ryan really isn't on Trump's team, and neither is Graham and not McConnell. Well, maybe not, but McCain. Well, I prayed for her voice to be silenced. Mazi Hirana, who's that? Oh, in Hawaii? Is she running for something in Hawaii? Pray for Hawaii. Alexis, what in particular in Hawaii is going on? Are you talking about elections or, Senator? Ugh. Yeah, pray for California. Good Lord. Don't come here asking for straws. Anything to keep the apple cart upset, Dawn said. Yeah. Watch her on Twitter. No thanks. Oh, I don't even want to see another Democrat. She's the devil, Alexa said. Wow. Did she come from California originally, or I watched a few minutes of the Grammy Awards. I almost threw up. Yeah, Daniel, we talked about that in the beginning. I cannot watch the Grammys ever. Anything that has the Democrats where they're the majority of the show, forget it. There's no way. You'd be surprised, though. People were talking about watching the Country Music Awards. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw are total Democrats. Total Democrats. Very disappointing, but they are. Hard to stay on board with Tim McGraw, and I really like his music, and Faith Hill, but to know that they're in the swamp. Ugh. How can liberals give Hillary a pass about Me Too? I don't know, Shannon. I guess just not wanting to look at the truth. California teacher downing military should be fired. Yeah, from what I understand, Brandon, he's in hiding right now. No, Hawaii is part of the Ninth Circuit. Maisie is influence. Grammys aren't worth more than a sentence. It's the entertainment industry's salute to itself. Clifton, that's absolutely true. They were only emboldened under Obama, who made them feel like they were somehow royalty or worth listening to. McConnell can leave any time now. I hope someone good runs against him next time, Robin said. Clockman read, doesn't like me, so I ran outside and I felt like, wow. Clockman, you really have some issues there. That's you might want to seek some help on that, because that's kind of bizarre what you're saying. So some people, I don't know, they come into the scope and they do really weird stuff. Pro Wrestling Grammy Awards. Faith and Tim eat at the same barbecue restaurant I eat at. They ain't no big deal, Carmen said. Jerry Brown needs to go. Well, he is going. This is his last his absolute last term. So he is going to be he's going to be out of here. So that's it. But what we may get in turn is worse. So term limits. Yep, this is his last term. He is sick too. Well, he's very much into climate change and everything else. They're saying FISA memo could be released before the end of the day. Hope it's soon. Yeah, we're still sitting here. Hey Danielle, will California vote in another Dem? Oh, you betcha, Danielle. As if they can, they'll do it. Not if we pray. Well, we have to pray really hard. You need to, I'm telling you, California has really gone off the deep end, and it's getting worse. I think it may help some in California to wake up. Remember release day of address? Oh, that'd be nice. Here's some interesting things. Senator Mark Warner, a Democrat from Virginia, says that Congress late last year received extraordinary new evidence in its investigation of Trump and his campaign regarding possible collusion. Yeah, read the memo at the speech. That would be nice. If things like FISA aren't released right away, you got to assume the swamp is altering them. Yes. And so this Mark Warner guy is saying, we got some extraordinary information last year about Trump and Russian collusion. And, hey, Mrs. Vaughn, good to see you. Good morning, Miss Knowles. It's great to listen to you again, Sister Vaughn. Thank you. Fake news part of the society, perhaps. Yeah, well, this guy, you'll see that these people, the Democrats, are starting to really spin everything. This came out in Politico. So if they had, good morning, Monica, if they had this information, then why aren't they bringing it out? And he's saying, oh, well, this may make the Mueller investigation go on for a couple of more months. Hey, Lee. So a couple more months just in time for the 2018 elections. So, and it's also amazing if they had something that was really extraordinary, don't you think they'd be asking for it to be released? Hey, Rhonda, they got information, they'd have shared it. Exactly, Rhonda. Hey, Hassan, good to see you. Yep, exactly. So, it's the same old stuff. The longer we wait, the longer that the memo has not been released, the lower our chances of getting the memo and actually seeing the memo. And also, when we get the memo, what's going to be changed? And if we get the text messages, hey, Danielle, and the other text messages that we haven't seen, because the FBI wants to look at them first, or anybody else wants to look at them, what's to say that those aren't going to be changed or redacted to the point we can't even understand what they're saying? He just said, good day. I stopped watching the Grammys years ago because I'm into music since I was a child. I'm in my early 40s now. I know. I think a lot of people just stopped watching the Grammys. Today is a lot of people out of the basement today. If there was no corruption in the GOP, that memo would already be out there. We will not get the real memo. Probably not, Robin. Sad to say. Who knows what that memo is going to look like if and when we get it. Dems had 4 years of supermajority and loved it. Yes. And in California, they had the supermajority. They just love that. And people have got to do something to get them out. Grammys, you mean the BET Awards? I know, Joyce. The stupid awards, whatever they are. They're trying to remove their own names from it, Alan said. Probably Alan. That would be a good guess. Absolutely good guess. But the memo needs to be released. We need to keep up saying release the memo. It's funny, we talked about last week how Grassley said he wants to release what Donald Trump Jr., the whole deposition, if you will, or whatever. And here again, we are, sorry, I'm having to remove people this morning. That people are coming out in force. Hey, Amanda. I forgot. Oh, yeah. So we're going to release Donald Trump Jr. and his testimony before the Senate. We're going to get that released, but we can't get the memo released. I don't care what Donald Trump Jr. had to say. I know it wasn't anything important because there was no corruption in it. Video students commenting on Trump's, yeah. The campusreform.org, they went to New York University and asked the students there, what did you think of Donald Trump's State of the Union address the other night? And every one of them, hey, Chris, thought that the State of the Union address had already been on TV, but already been televised, and they were talking about, oh, he sounds like a 3-year-old. It was so bad. Yeah, blah blah. I mean, it was amazing. Not really, but it was amazing. Yes, Danielle, but they don't know that because they don't listen to the news. They listen to BS and then they react to it. So that's what happens. Wow, so many bots here today. Yeah, I know, Monica. They're coming in because I think pretty much that I mentioned something about joy, and they don't like that because they're joy bots. Correct. They don't think. There you go, cousin. Cousin chuckles. Trolls are coming in like crazy. Yeah, BuzzFeed and Snapchat is their news. Exactly. If they watch the news at all. I mean, basically, they get their information from CNN if they watch it, or they just listen to other people tell them about it. Hey, Jeffrey. So, they have no idea what Trump is about at all. It's on Tuesday, Rhonda. Tomorrow. I'm sorry, but the dress Joy Villa wore was hideous. Yes, Joyce. And it wasn't shocking. It didn't. I don't think it got her the reaction that she wanted. Yep, school is either you're liberal or you're an outcast. Yep. Do anyone follow concerning the FBI? No, Josette, not really. I do when I can. Josette said, never listen or watch. Q. Robin said, I watched BuzzFeed once. Couldn't believe their garbage. Yeah, a lot of garbage. Well, they're the ones that talked about the dossier. You remember with President Trump. I hope they release this memo. I do too. But we're going to have to keep demanding that the memo be released. Missing post making homemade soup and orange juice. Wow. Nice. Monica, sometimes it's a little bit sensationalized, so you don't really know whether it's true or not. I mean, it's, again, dangerous to kind of keep following people like that, who you don't know about. Wasn't it poetic justice that Jay-Z didn't win anything after? So, yeah. Jay-Z has room to talk. I truly wish I could trust Joy, but she's using the uninformed MAGA warriors for attention and money. Yes, Shannon, she's also saying that she's Christian when she's really a Church of Scientologists, so she's lying about that. Hey, Jessica, good to see you. Hope everybody's well. Gowdy said lots of the Sunday shows. Jessica, I don't know if you saw this, but I have a new book out called My Ears Are Not Like Yours. It's on Amazon, and it's for kids. It's a positive message for kids. So, just wanted to let you know. Jessica is a friend of mine, so I wanted her to know that. All right, so John Kerry, we all remember him. He's spoken at an event and fat shamed the president. And Scientology pushes abortion. Joy is a hypocrite. Joy said all that rap was fake talking to the point you couldn't understand it if you wanted to. I think is what you were kind of saying, Rob, Carmen. Yep. Oh my goodness. Gowdy upsets me sometimes, seems all talk but no movement. Shannon, I think a lot of times that was because he was under Obama, and he did a lot of good work under Obama, but he wasn't going to go anywhere with it. I mean, if you don't have the president backing you, then you're not going to go, you're not going to have any teeth in what you're doing. A lot of first days on Periscope. Hello, Ashley and everybody else. Gowdy is being blackmailed. You think so, Brandon? I don't think so. I don't get that feeling. Didn't hear on the Grammys Jay-Z shot his brother, stabbed another, and sold crack. Well, no, Cully, we can't talk about those things. That would be telling the truth, and can't have that. That one thing about the Grammys and what the Dems do, the truth is not allowed there. So, anyway, John Kerry stood up and said, personally, I just don't believe the president until he produces a girth certificate. Everybody block that person who just came in. That is a very disgusting profile there. in Scientology, you can identify with multiple religions. Probably Ellen, and some other religions do that as well. But I think I don't know. There's a lot of people that have come out against her, including Leah Remini. Who cares what Carrie says? He's a traitor, Danielle says. Thanks, Amanda. I'm sure the friends may follow. But this is Monday and Friday are the worst for people coming in and just saying weird things and doing weird things. Don't know why that is. Robin, as a Gowdy talks and preaches loud, but he's never actually got anyone charged with anything. It's frustrating to watch him now, Robin said. Jesus is the only way. No one comes to the Father except through me. Yep, trolls better be scared this week. Why is that, Joyce? I mean, why more than usual? Monica said Joy is so fake. Yep. Everyone makes statements about the president to get attention. It's true, Brandon. They use him just for the attention. I mean, you see people on Periscope doing that. They're all about MAGA, 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 and you wonder how much they really know about him. How does Twitter even allow that disgusting profile? I don't know, Rhonda, but it always comes back. No matter how many times you report it or whatever you do, it always comes back. Maybe it's Jack himself. I have no idea. I don't know. Let's see. Ted Cruz got beaten in funding. Has anyone here lived or from New York? How can congressmen talk about a sitting president like they do? I don't know, Brandon, but that certainly wasn't allowed under Obama. If anybody had done that, they would have gone crazy. Twitter blocks us, but not that. I know, Rhonda. How Trump sleeps at night with all these attacks is a miracle. I know, Marianne, and apparently he can get back up the next day, as the doctor said, and it's like starting a new day. Like none of it mattered, and he can go forward, which is incredible. Not very many people can do that at all. But that doctor was saying that's what keeps his stress level down. I mean, it's good advice. I wish that all of us could do that. I wish I could do that sometimes. Trump does have God as his armor. Yes. Big shoulders. That's right, Marianne. Absolutely. So Cruz was beaten in Texas fundraising by his Democrat challenger at the end of 2017. The challenger got $2.4 million in donations to $1.9 million from Cruz. That's not good news for Cruz or Republicans. Jay-Z should be the last to lecture anyone. He came to Trinidad in '98 to shoot a video and people slobbering all over him, Josette said. You have to be from New York to understand deep hatred of Trump. Well, whatever. Why? Because he actually is successful in New York and has money in New York and helps people in New York. Is that why people in New York hate him? Or maybe it's more because the people in New York are very much left-wing Democrats and that's why they hate him? 3 sides to every story, yeah. I think probably Trump has given more money to New York than most other businesses have in New York. Cruz needs to embrace his Tea Party side a little more. Him and Rand could be a force for Trump. I'm sorry, but Jay-Z is about the most unattractive man. Put a bag over his ugly head, Joyce said. I will never watch these shows. True, Susan. Yeah. Well, I can dream, but so can you, I guess. So, also, let's see. In other news, does anybody know who Joe Walsh is? Award shows just blow smoke. Well, yeah. It's their time to get notice, and that's what it is. I believe Trump is making headway with the people, but the people with a voice. Okay, louder. Yeah, so, no, Joe Walsh is a popular conservative radio talk show. He was the U.S. House of Representatives for Illinois on one-termer. Is he not a singer? No, Joe Walsh is not a singer. But he claims that he was blocked by President Trump when he started talking about wanting Trump not to consider amnesty. And he did come out the other day and say, I know that you've blocked me. Lisa said Walsh irritates her sometimes. Well, he doesn't want Trump to block him over amnesty. But one of the things, I guess, the statistics that he's come up with, yeah, different Joe Walsh, not the Eagles guitarist Joe Walsh, yeah. Listen to these statistics. 30% of illegal aliens commit murders. 75% of all federal drug offense convictions are illegal immigrants. 17% of drug trafficking are from illegal aliens. 3.5 times more likely to commit murder. Two-thirds of all outstanding felony warrants in Los Angeles are for illegals. 95% of all outstanding warrants for murder in LA are for illegals. That was up on the Dennis Michael Lynch website if you want to read that for yourself. It's an article on Joe Walsh. I get that there needs to be compromise, but come on, Americans first. Exactly, Brandon. Joe Walsh, Monaco, is an ex-congressperson, House of Representatives, and he's on radio right now. Not exactly right at the moment, but he's a radio talk show host. That is crazy numbers, Lee. What do you think about the fact now President Trump has come out and said, one of the reasons that he gave the Democrats such a really wonderful deal. Hey, Susie, thanks for the super hearts. A super deal like he did on DACA. He said, number one, Republicans want to fix the problem. And number two, Democrats do not want to solve DACA. They only want to use it. And he wanted to prove that, which is kind of something that I said the other day. America's very lucky to have Trump. I wish we had someone like him in Australia, Mick said. Yeah, amen to that, Mick. Immigration deal will be a Pandora's box. So President Trump is basically saying, I did that just to show that they really didn't want DACA. They just wanted to use it because it was such a great deal. They should have jumped on it, and they didn't do it. I mean, it's kind of dangerous in some ways to do that because if they had jumped on it, I'm not sure what he would have done. But what do you guys think about what he did and where we're going with DACA? And if you could, we're at the halfway point. If you don't mind retweeting this and sharing it, that would be super. Please. Just enjoy his dress. I know. No, I'm not into young guys, but thanks anyway. Back in the basement. Oh, Lord. Monday, basement cleaning day, either Monday or Friday. I think DACA is a mess. Stable genius. He's playing their game better than they are. Carmen laughed. Dems need DACA for elections because they have no other message. Delay, delay, delay. Yes. Peter Schweitzer coming out with another book, March 26th. It's on Breitbart. Cool, Susie. He revealed Dems' true intentions for DACA. He did, Molly, absolutely. Do you think it'll come back to bite him? Do you think they'll come back and say, okay, well, we want amnesty, but we want this. It was when people were talking about that, when they weren't sure about what President Trump was doing, they're saying it went up to 1.8 million that they were going to give amnesty to over the 10 to 12 years. But supposedly, hey, Rocky, supposedly that wasn't until the 4 million that are already in the pipeline went through. Trump trolling them, Jedi Master. I really hope they agree to not allow DACA recipients to vote. Breitbart attacking Trump over DACA. Yeah. Yeah. And I, again, he's saying that the only reason he did it, hey, Barbara, thanks for retweeting, was to basically just show that this is what the Democrats wanted. They really they don't want anything for DACA. They just want the illegal immigrants to have a right to vote. They want amnesty because they need it for their Democrat Party. And as I talked about before, all these are from 2013, Trump has been saying, glad that you're here, Barbara. Trump has been saying that amnesty would be bad. It would be bad for America. It'd be bad for Republicans, on and on. He said that since 2013. So they don't want it solved before the midterms. Yeah, exactly. But again, under Obama, what we have in place, or what we had in place, or I guess it's still in place, is really a good thing if you look at it, because it gave them an ability to stay here and work, which they're going to get anyway. They didn't get citizenship. They got booted if they committed any crimes. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Schweitzer's book is damaging to the swamp. Families and friends, crooked overseas deals. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Susie. Infrastructure should be used as a bipartisan bridge. Without the nuclear option, there will have to be a deal on DACA to get wall stinks, but it's true. Shannon said, unexplored. Hello. Add voter ID to the bill. Yeah, that'll never happen. Dawn, my goodness, if they really wanted DACA, he's giving them away to citizenship. I know, Dawn, it's true. And that was his point, you know. He gave them what they said they wanted, and that's not what they really wanted. Hey, Spencer. Hey, Melanie, good to see you. So it was all just lies anyway. Dems need the DACA and dead folks. Yep. I know. I mean, it's pretty sad. I think, again, what I think this showed a lot of people is if you don't have that wall in place, none of this should be going on. Did not watch, but pictures do not like that Hillary last night. Yeah, we talked about that in the beginning, Barbara, and the Grammys and what she did. It was so ridiculous. What more can you ask for? My bad votes, I know. Yep. Votes, votes, votes. Good to see you, Melanie. Florida and Texas will turn blue. I know, Marlene, and so will Georgia and North Carolina. You know, you'll see more blue states. And again, if they get a right to vote, it's over for Republicans. Over. Okay, will we watch, but doubt it was her double. No, it wasn't her double. It was a pre-taped interview, Barbara, is what I'm hearing. So, yeah. Supermoon and lunar eclipse on Wednesday. Yes, Brandon. There's nothing more libtard than Hillary reading from a debunked book at the Grammys. Well, and trying to make it appear to be real, right, Shannon? Isn't that kind of what she does? And Nikki Haley, I guess, came out and said there's nothing like, trash ruining the music at the Grammys in reference to what Hillary Clinton was reading. So, Nikki Haley, you got to hand it to her. She comes up with some good stuff. Schweitzer will have to go to Congress to warn them the book is naming names, including Jared Kushner. She still will never be president, Marlene said. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, Marlene. Ugh. Yeah, Nikki Haley tweeted during the reading, great music was being ruined by trash. You can, that has a double meaning, I'm telling you. While Trump has done some good things, he is but a cog in the Leviathan known as the federal government. Yeah, well, he's trying to change the federal government, but, it's... Yeah, I know, Brandon, great music. Well, yeah. She did get some things wrong. Nikki Haley and Susan Knowles 2024. There you go, Shannon. Music might have been trash. Yeah, maybe she was talking about all the trash there. Depend on your definition of real. Exactly, Alan. Anything that the Dems are saying can't be real. So if their lips are moving, it's a lie. Nikki was so spot on. That was really low class. Hillary might as well be reading out of the National Enquirer. Well, wasn't she really, Dawn? I mean, really. It's the same thing. So in other news, Scott Baio now is going to have to go through the Me Too gamut. I stopped watching the Grammys when they bashed Trump. Yep, Susie. Rod Rosenstein sweating bullets about memos since he approved surveillance, Joyce said. Well, Rod Rosenstein ought to be concerned about Uranium One along with Mueller, but they probably aren't. Yes, Scott Baio. Carmen woke up there. Scott Baio is being accused of basically molesting his co-star of Charles in Charge. Nicole Eckert said when she was 14 that he digitally penetrated her. He says it was consensual. But I have no idea how old Scott Baio was at the time. I have no idea. Does anybody know when she was 14 how old Scott Baio would have been? I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't watch it. I sure hope is praying for hearts to change and eyes open. Yes. Never ever believe he violated someone, Carmen said. Does anybody know how old he was when he was filming Charles in Charge? I don't know if he was 18, younger than 18, 17 or 19. Saw two different ages. Okay, Barbara said. Wasn't he an adult in that show? Monica said. Yeah, that's what I don't know. Hey, Frankie, Scott was an adult. Wow. Good morning. Scott's a Republican, so it's okay. It's in the Bible. Okay, Yanni. You're really pushing it. She sure took her sweet time coming in. I know, Julia. Melanie says she has no clue. He was early 30s. Oh, I don't think so, Lori. I don't think he was that old. Hey, Debbie. She was 18 years old. I don't know how old he was. Rocky, she was saying she was 14. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, again, everybody lies so much. You have to really be careful. They debunked her already, Barbara said. Unbelievable. Well, and the fact that he is a Republican, right, is a reason for them to attack him because, after all, he did support the president. Democrats don't know their age. So, no, he was about 19 or 20. I know, 20s, Carmen said. He's 57 now. Susan, you can tell you're doing God's work well based on the amount of trolls the devil is sending. I know, Shannon. It's amazing. He's 57 now and she's 46. Wow. Is there at least one actor that supports our president? Well, Scott Baio. I just took my dogs out. It's freezing. I don't want to hear any more about your 80-degree weather, Robin said. He was in his early 20s, Gisette said. I think he is 13 years older than her. Yeah, I don't think she's that much older. There is an interview in 2013 when she brags about it, says it was after show wrap she was 18. There you go. Paperwork proves she's lying about her age, Rocky said. Amazing. Again, these people don't understand. Do you not understand that there's video, there's, hey, Jerry, popping in and out, car chauffeur. Don't they understand that these things are recorded? Whereas Bannon been, anyone know? Shannon said, no. I guess Bannon, from what I understand, is independently wealthy, so he doesn't need to worry about it. Dr. Phil canceled back then, Barbara said. I think I'm 36, but my driver's license says 63, Wayne says. Well, Wayne, you must be right. The driver's license must be wrong. Me Too is being hijacked by attention-seeking morons, Brandon said. Yes, it's hurting women more than it's helping women because everybody's jumping on board and saying, 45 years ago, this happened to me. And it may be true, but now you have to wonder, is it true or just making that up? And then when it's debunked, it's like, well, okay, maybe I can't believe the next person who comes out and says that. Guy has nothing but good for all he comes in contact with, even his sick wife by her side. Go see a therapist and move on, Jerry said. Scott posted his attorney's papers. Barbara said, good. Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone support our president. Also, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, Susie said. My driver's license never changes. I'm still 39, Robin said. Exactly, Robin. Keep a hold of that. Yeah, he's not going to sue her, though. It's not. People aren't going to take the time to do it. Scott says she was 19 or 20 and was consensual. Jacqueline said, yeah. And I have no reason not to believe him over her. Again, if how many years ago was that? You're just now bringing it out because you want to get on the bandwagon. Where are these actors? Yeah, exactly. Clint Eastwood supports the president. I'm sure that just stings every time. They need to come out. They do. If enough cry Me Too, they're thinking that the real BS will fade away from the front page. Probably, Carmen. I truly don't know his age. How old is he now? He's 57, Robin. This number Me Too BS is overdone. Yanni, you gotta go back and eat a Snickers bar or something. Hello, Catherine. Good to see you. We need to tell the trolls to get a Snickers bar. Friends of Lincoln Society in Hollywood support Republicans. Hey, Chicago Pops. How is Palm Springs? Roseanne Barr supports Trump. Yep, that's true. Build the wall. Absolutely. And we need that wall now, and we need that before we're talking anything. But we're not going to get that. A lot of country singers support our POTUS. But Debbie, I was saying before, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill do not. I know, Pops, it's very windy today. It's windy here, too. Yep, release the memo is going strong. Thousands still tweeting per hour, which they need to keep doing. I know, eat a Snickers bar. You think the wall is the solution? I don't think it's a solution. I think it's a help. I know, Debbie, wasn't that disappointed? Grammy ratings dropped 20% from last year. Good news, Cully. More and more people publicly support the president, as they should. Chile and Texas, the wall will deter. The relationship is rocky, to heck with Faith and Tim. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it is really rocky, Carmen. I think that's just, they've been saying that for a long time. Maybe that's why I'm never like Tim and Faith. I know, Marianne, your instinct told you. I hope the Super Bowl numbers will be down as well. Me too, Brandon. I know that our local media will definitely talk about the Grammys and show the disrespect, so-called stars, Josette said. Trump has right idea or immigration, but that's it. No, that's not true. Trump has a lot of great ideas. He's done a lot of great things. You may want to go and see. Excited the document may be released today. Let it begin. Let's see. I'll believe it when I see it. Watch. 74 now, supposed to be 45 Wednesday morning, Rick said. Rick, where are you at? I forget what state you're in. They're all falling stars, making America rich again and great again. Trump knows what it's like to be a normal, hardworking American. Yep. Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood don't support Trump. Reba and Carrie Underwood don't either. So shameful. No, Trump has done a lot of good already. 5 pages worth. I'm telling you, if I tried to read it all, it'd take the whole time. Believe it, we will see it. We better. Nashville is turning blue. I think Nashville's been blue, Brandon. I'm in Southwest Florida. Fort Myers. Okay, Rick. Reba's sitcom was pretty good, though. Okay. If you say so. I never watched her sitcom, but... let's see. 8 years of destruction getting reversed, thank God, yes. Oh, John Rich is friends with Trump. Good. That's good to know, Debbie. That's John Rich of Big and Rich. Oh, here come the racists now. My gosh. Unbelievable. I don't support country music either, same as the Grammys in Hollywood to me, Julia said. It's people in the entertainment industry, I don't know what it is. Dems moving out of crappy Dem-led cities and bringing their policies down south. Hollywood equals Sodom and Gomorrah, Daniel said. Yeah, pretty much. You're making me want to delete all my music. I know, Alan. It's a difficult morning for music for the lovers, I think. Okay, you can leave out of here with your racist hate. So Atlanta is, yeah. I have not seen your beautiful first lady in a while. Hope to see her tomorrow night, Josette said. Yeah, she went down to Florida, but she was out. She did the Holocaust ceremonies. A group opposing Trump took out a full-page ad in the New York Times to publicize a petition listing 34 actions by the president that they believe warrant censure by Congress. From firing Comey to encouraging police discrimination and publishing false and inflammatory right-wing British videos, Congress, they want, in order to have a censure too, you would have to have both houses of the Congress vote for it. I know this particular group believes that he ought to be impeached, but in the meantime, they want censure. They and here's the thing that is going to surprise you. They don't know who and where the money's coming from in this group, and they don't even know who the group is. I know that's going to surprise you. And can you say Soros? So it has to be, yeah, exactly. I know, Barbara. You have to have a lot of money to take out a full-page ad. I only have Christian music on iTunes. That's it. That's what my children listen to. Hard to watch movies anymore after you see how many of these people think in real life. I know, Dawn. It's scary. There will be a trend of southern states turning blue because folks are escaping high Democrat tax states. Vince Mahone is going to start a new football league. I think Debbie, the XFL. Soros is so evil. Yes, he is. Soros Bigley. Yep. 1950s and 60s, everyone went north for jobs. Now everyone is going south. Reason for political change. Yep. I tell you, it would take a miracle to make California red again. And I wish we could see a miracle here. Release the memo, build the wall, Las Vegas answers. Yeah, we need all of that done, like yesterday. XFL will come out in 2020, should be interesting. Yeah, the XFL is basically, I saw some things saying that, you're not going to be allowed to take a knee and do different things. If that's true and they do a good job, I hope they take over the NFL. I hope the NFL is just like, wow, we have no money here. What am I going to do? Maybe some of those people will go over to XFL. No criminals, stand for the anthem and the flag. Yep. Call red again. Amen. Cali red again. Yes. Sorry, Daniel. I read that wrong. Me too, Catherine said. Pastor Burns was having a hard time trying to tell Al Frankenstein off politely or respectfully. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's kind of difficult to do when you're talking about Al. And notice, now that Al's gone, it's like so quiet. It's so wonderful. We don't have to hear about him. NFL players forgot playing is a privilege, not a right. Exactly, missing links. But they really do think it is a right, I can tell you. Can't stand the NFL. Yep, Robin said. Not going to happen. California is going to become like Mexico, Nikolai said. I hope and pray for California. Thank you, Molly. We need all that we can get here. Unfortunately for California, it may be too late for a turnaround. It would take a miracle, Chicago Pops. His wife, Linda McMahon, how do you say that, McMahon? I can't say it. It's part of the Trump administration. McMahon, I guess, or McMahon, I don't know. They were on a show, and Al would not let him talk. Huh. Was blocked by Periscope for comparing country to rock and hip-hop for 2 minutes. Wow. That was probably a troll that got you, Susie. Carmen says she's easily amused, looking for that miracle. Yeah, if we could get new California and the old California, that might be the miracle that we need. I understand also that McMahon. Thank you, Brandon. I believe in miracles, don't you? Yes, I do. And I still hold out for California. That's why we're holding out here in California. Big fight with Glimmers of Hope. We believe in miracles. Yep, I believe it too. I'm here in California as well. I hope California doesn't turn into a Gaza Strip. Oof. Well, I guess the candidates were fighting the other day for the Democrat candidates were fighting openly, and you learn that these Democrat candidates, one got rich off of Herbalife and one owns a winery. So those people who are just like you and me that can understand our troubles because they've been there, done that, or have never been there, done that. Praying for California always. Thank you, Robin. And then Travis Allen, I'm not sure how he's doing as a Republican. Need to know more about him, but apparently he didn't do as well as some people had hoped he would at that little debate. Do Republicans have to be closet conservatives in California? Many of them, yes. If you want to keep your job, yeah, you don't talk politics. You just stay away from it. That has never been my case, but I mean, I talk about it whether people like it or not. So I'm sure it wasn't liked a lot of times, but I don't really care. It's very sad, yeah. There are not many people that you can talk to about it at all because even if they are Republicans, some people will pretend that they're not or just won't talk about it. I saw Cali wants to split into 2 states like Washington wants. Yes, New California, Debbie. Did you see Tom Sayers' ads against Trump? I read Trump owns a lot of stock in private prisons, which house federally charged illegals. He is spending a lot of money to bash Trump because he has a lot of them. Yeah, well, probably, Melanie. Anything Trump does, he's going to bash. I mean, he's spending so much money to go against him. Hey, Wendell. Okay, Susie. Remember Los Angeles, Cali, 4th, the Angels call, wake them up. Yeah, stands for the Angels. Los Angeles, well, you talk about a lost cause in Los Angeles. Whew. I would say much of the population there are probably illegal. And the mayor is hoping probably to keep it that way, I would imagine. So, let's see. Dennis Prager from Prager University. LA is a true S-hole. Missing Link says yes. Prager University, he said his opposition to Donald Trump was wrong. And he says now that he feels that he's a great president. I could feel the wickedness when you visited LA. Yeah. Kind of a darker place. It really is a darker place. Prager's comments came during Thursday's episode of his radio show. Said that Trump was his last choice during the Republican primaries. He supported him, though, vigorously against Hillary. Duarte fighting for Senate seat. We need some Republicans. Yeah, the Prager videos are very good. Now, there's a California teacher in Pico Rivera at El Rancho High School. A government teacher and city council member of Pico Rivera is under fire for a classroom rant in which he criticized the intelligence of those who serve in the military. He said, "Your freaking stupid Uncle Louie or whatever, they're dumb S's. They're not high-level bankers. They're not academic people. They're not intellectual people. They're the freaking lowest of our low." Salcido teaches U.S. government at El Rancho High School and is a current member of the Pico Rivera City Council as well as a former mayor. His rant was triggered, they say, by a student wearing a Marine Corps t-shirt. And the student said, he told him it was a family tradition and on, but really didn't matter. So the guy's kind of a weird guy. Cully sent me some information of him in a video and an audio talking about different things. I'll let you go and listen to that. But he sounds like he has some odd ideas. Somebody else told me that he was hiding out. What a S-hole classroom cat said. Absolutely. So he's kind of hiding out. Yes, Alan. Sad but true. Doesn't like the military. Is it a high school? Yes, it's did I say El Rancho? El Rancho High School. El Rancho High School. El Rancho High School. Your tax dollars are paying this man. Yep. I guess he's on administrative leave, though, is what I understand, too. I'm only registered Republican in Florida so I can vote in the primaries, Rick said. Switched from independent to Republican last week just to try and get rid of the rhinos, Robin said. I wouldn't want him teaching my kids. No. Rick said there's a Prager University video on how the states can save America. It's narrated by Jim DeMint. That is against the law. Hatch Amendment. Alexa said. Are you talking about for the teacher? Because he's not under the same thing. Did we get new classic history books back in our public schools? Pfft. Holding out for at least Maxine Waters to be replaced. That's going to be very difficult replacing Maxine Waters. Her base believes anything and drinks anything that she pours, let me tell you. So, what are you going to say? Lana, black hip hop and R&B have a history, Eyes Wide Shut. Eaters to be on BET. Waters. I'm like, Eaters are on BET? What are you talking about? Hilarious. So Facebook came out with their little report on Russia regarding the possibility of collusion between Trump's campaign and Russia. Facebook said it does not believe it is in a position to substantiate or disprove allegations of possible collusion. Hey, Buck, how are you? I didn't see what your profile name is. You'll have to say it again. Let's see. It's funny that Facebook can't tell you what their beliefs are about President Trump, but they can come out any other time and tell you, thrust their beliefs on you, what you should do. This whole report is about how, Debbie, we talked about that in the very beginning, about how much they feel that all the bots paid for things, the Russian bots, all this information came from Russia. Maybe if you remind me, I can talk a little bit about it tomorrow, but it's absolutely ridiculous. The same as always. Make stuff up. They don't care, And when the government, Democrats especially, tell them to do something, they jump to it. Hey, Barb, how are you? And the very last thing, you know that Steve Wynn, who was the chairman for the Republican National Committee, has resigned his position as finance chairman. I'm a black conservative from Alabama. Oh, okay, great. Buck, W. Peeps. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Thank you. Thanks for coming in, Buck. Good to see you. Hope you come back. We're on every day at 11 Eastern. And pray Schumer out too. Yes. Not Keen on Facebook. Horrible site. Thanks, Susan, for another great scope. Everyone have a great day. Thank you, Pops. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Please retweet this if you will. And hopefully, boy, if that memo comes out, that will be great. Kat said, wins the loser. The buck stops here. There you go. Hopefully, Buck will stop here every day. All right, you guys. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Let me see if I can do this and get out. Blessings to everybody. Every time I do this, it all comes down and I can't get out. See you guys. All right, everybody on YouTube, thanks so much for coming by. God bless you. Please